fallout from last night's debate. One of the big stories involved the moderator. What a shock. The moderator is getting beaten up again. NBC's Lester Holt in this case. Some debate watchers are suggesting that Holt pressed Mr. Trump harder than he did Mrs. Clinton. And here is a little of what they are pointing to.
The IRS says an audit of your taxes, you're perfectly free to release your taxes during an audit. Mr. Trump, for 5 years, you perpetuated a false claim that the nation's first black president was not a natural-born citizen. Can you tell us what took you so long?
I'll tell you.
We're talking about racial healing in this segment. What do you say to Americans?
Well, it was I say nothing.
Color? Mr. Trump, a lot of these are judgment questions. You had supported the war in Iraq before the invasion.
Wait a minute. I was against the war in Iraq, just so you put it out.
The record shows otherwise.
Joining me now, Brent Bizzell, president of the Media Research Center, and Crystal Ball, senior media fellow at the New Leaders Council. All right, good to see you both. So, Brent, I confess, I've already said I thought he did a good job, so I'm not going to argue against you. But I'm going to give you the floor to make the case about why you think, he pressed Trump. All those questions seem fair to me. Is the argument solely that he didn't do it as aggressively with Mrs. Clinton?
No, the argument is that he didn't do it at all. Here are the facts, and the facts are irrefutable. He asked Donald Trump about his personal taxes. He challenged him. He asked him about stop and frisk. He challenged him. And by the way, that was a Candy Crowley moment where he got it wrong. He asked him about the birther issue. He challenged him. He asked him about Iran, about Iraq, and he questioned, interrupted him, fact-checked him 5 or 6 different times. Now, that's perfectly fine by me, provided you do the same thing with the other side. What are the facts? He not once challenged Hillary Clinton on anything, not once asked her a tough question, and didn't even ask her anything about her controversies. Now, Megan, let's be objective here. Let's try to be objective.
He asked her about the email.
Anyway.
He asked her about it. He didn't put it in his own words, but he gave her the chance to respond to emails.
Exactly. Way different. Way different. He didn't challenge her on emails. He gave her the opportunity.
Let me explain what I have no idea. I haven't talked to Lester, but this is what I think happened there. You got a question on emails. Of course, he must have had a question on emails for her. So you're going to get to emails with Hillary Clinton. When Donald Trump brings it up, you can just save your question. You can save the 25 extra seconds it would have taken you to read your question and just say, hey, Mrs. Clinton, respond on emails.
Okay, but Megan, then where's the fact-checking? Where's the follow-up? There was a follow-up to everything Donald Trump said. Where was the follow-up on this? She didn't. What was more important, Megan? Birther issues or Benghazi medical records, the Clinton Foundation? There's so much emails. What's more important? How could he not have asked these questions?
Okay, Crystal?
Well, apparently, Donald Trump, who his campaign manager called the Babe Ruth of debating, the master showman, cannot handle Lester Holt. I mean, there's a big difference between the questions being unfair and the candidate being unable to handle the questions, which is what happened here. I mean, if you look at the first half of the debate, Lester basically let both candidates go, let them make their points, let them go at each other. But when you have one candidate, and this is not my opinion, this is the opinion of independent fact checkers, both about last night's debate and overall in this campaign, saying that one candidate lies disproportionately more than the other candidate, of course you're going to have more pushback. Of course you're going to have more fact-checking. The other thing I'd point out here, at times, Trump wouldn't even let Lester Holt get his whole question out. So that led to these contentious exchanges because Trump was not only interrupting Hillary Clinton aggressively, he was interrupting the moderator himself.
There were definitely some moments where Lester was pressing, like Trump didn't answer the question, and Lester was following up saying, if you could just answer the question that I asked. But there is an issue about whether some of her controversies were left untouched, whereas more of his were hit upon. I think Brent, the Lester's defenders would say, Trump has so many. There's so many to pick from.
Well, here's something I want to put before your audience, and you tell me which one's right. Robbie Mook, the presidential campaign manager for Hillary Clinton, was working the refs this weekend, as well he should, calling on Lester Holt to be the traffic cop, to be the fact checker. This is what Janet Brown also said. She's the executive director of the Commission on Presidential Debates. This is what she said about fact checking this weekend. I don't think it's a good idea to get the moderator into essentially serving as the Encyclopedia Britannica. So, who did Lester Holt listen to, her or Hillary campaign's campaign manager?
He didn't really do a lot of fact checking. He pushed back on the Iraq war
He was
thing.
very restrained.
You know,
Very
if you
restrained.
really wanted to do it, trust me, because I love to fact check. If you really wanted to do it, you could get up there, but, you know, it's not, though, especially the general election presidential debates when there's just 2-on-2, it's like, just fade away. It's like, I'm not even here. Say, I'm gone. I'm out. Look, the camera's following me. It's hard to do on my own show. I got to go. Great debate. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks, Megan.
They can find me wherever I go.